The thoughts, views, and comments expressed by the hosts, guests, and callers on Beyond the Headlines are not necessarily those of management, ownership, or production unit of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is a production of ILTV Studios and cannot be reproduced or represented in part or entirety without express written permission of the Verizon Media Group. Beyond the Headlines is the intellectual property of the Verizon Media Group. Copyright 2021.
This is Beyond the Headlines. Good evening, everyone. I'm Francesca Brown, and welcome to the show. This week, the first public consultation on the proposed National Junkanoo Authority bill sparked fresh debate over the future of our country's most celebrated cultural tradition. The government says the bill is designed to bring more transparency, structure, and long-term stability to Junkanoo. They highlight open televised consultations as proof of the inclusive process that welcomes all the stakeholders to the table. But the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, the JCNP, sees things a little differently. They argue that their absence from this week's meeting has been misunderstood, and they believe the public isn't getting the full picture of what's at stake. But before we hear from them, let's take a look at the recent story of that first public consultation.
It was a warm reception from the Junkanoo community for the proposed Junkanoo Authority bill, especially Family Island Junkanoos, many of whom traveled to the capital to share their view on the future of the culture during Monday's public consultation. Now the bill aims to establish a permanent body to manage, promote, and develop Junkanoo.
We're here today where we got a breakdown as to, instead of them giving us a lot of the legal documents, we got an actual breakdown as actually what the bill is actually entails.
Anything that enhances and uplifts the culture of Junkanoo. Hope that the leaders and the Exuma Junkanoo Corporation would be involved in decision makings and be a part of the bill.
Now, executives of the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence who reportedly opposed the bill were not present, but sent their apologies. Junkanoo veteran Denzel Roll described the 2025 bill as a possible solution, calling it a dream come true. As according to officials, the bill have been floating around since the mid-90s.
The authority to recommend or to share with the public the role of each and every person who's going to be a part of the authority. I'm excited for this bill. Firstly, when I saw that the UNESCO is a part of it, I got excited. Why? Because it's a reputable international body that I know can help us with funding.
Culture Minister Mario Bolek served as the chair of Monday's consultation. Among the panelists include Dame Anita Allen of the Legal Reform Committee and Latrey Ramming, Director of Communication at the Office of the Prime Minister. Bolek says that he's pleased with the direction of the discussion, acknowledging that government can't please everyone, but noted that consultation is key. He added that he's pleased to hear the voices of the Junkanoo community in the Family Islands.
Continue to refine this bill to the recommendations put forward by the Bahamian people, then we believe we'll have not the perfect bill, but a bill that is satisfied most. And that's why we really wanted to make this thing public, so that nothing is done in closed door and secret, so that people can understand this is a bill that will benefit all of us as a people.
Meanwhile, Bolek says several other consultations are underway, adding that the ministry and the government have given the JCNP until August 30th to submit their final recommendations. Laurencia Smith, Eyewitness News.
So that's how the government has framed the start of this process, emphasizing openness and vision for modernizing Junkanoo. But sitting with me tonight is John Williams, Public Relations Manager for the Junkanoo Corporation of New Providence, who says there's another side to this story, and he's here to share the JCNP's perspective. Welcome to the show, John.
Thank you, Francesca. Thank you for having us.
It's good for you guys to be here. You know, this talk about Junkanoo has been going on for some time now, since the bill was initially introduced. And I feel like you guys hadn't had a fair shake, been able to tell your side of the story. So that's why I invited you to the show tonight.
Yes.
So we'll start from what we just saw, and then we'll move back.
We'll come back.
So the JCNP was not present at that public consultation process, which took
Correct.
place, if I am remembering,
Monday.
Why not?
So, before we get into that,
Okay.
I want to publicly send condolences out to the family and friends of Dr. Winston Churchill Roll and the entire Music Makers family. He was a champion and a giant in the Junkanoo community. I know they're feeling that right now, so I want to first off send our condolences on behalf of the JCNP to the family and friends and the Music Makers organization.
Very respectful.
Now, to the public consultation. So, the organizers reached out to us a bit late. Our overall reasoning, not excuse, for not attending the public consultation was that it was a bit too short notice, right? It wasn't a bit short notice, it was really short notice. So,
Okay, I notice you're not saying, but what would be short notice? It was Monday at 9.
Okay, so the event was for Monday at 9 a.m.
Yes.
We got notification about Friday at 4:30 p.m.
Okay.
Yeah, so in order for us to organize ourselves, who will be present, who may make presentations, organize presentations, prepare them, we needed more time than that.
Understand.
We're all industry professionals, we all have regular jobs, whether they be in the private sector or the government sector, and we needed more time, which we expressed to them in a formal email that we will not be able to attend. We did not deny that or say that we don't want to come. You know, we said that maybe we can reschedule and see how that works. Now, we had a planned meeting with the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture for August 30th that I think that Mr. Raming and the organizers of this event plan to tag on to. So we're going to see how that works.
Okay.
But, you know, it was just too short notice.
What would you say to people who said, okay, it may have been short notice for the JCNP, however, it seemed as though Family Island, Junkanoo groups or representatives were able to come and be at the meeting, and they were able to fly here and be at that meeting?
Well, you said it right. I mean, they were able to fly in, and I actually think that they were flown in.
Oh.
So I think that takes some level of planning and organizing to get them here, and notify them that, hey, we want you to be here. You may get your ticket, get a ticket, and come. Your persons have to plan their lives. You know, we have families, we have jobs, and for a meeting that's 9 a.m. on Monday morning, you know, that after a long weekend, that takes some proper planning.
Okay, so let's start at the beginning then. Let's start with the bill that, you know, has caused, I guess, the tension between the JCNP and the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, or the government, or wherever the tension lies.
Yes.
When was the JCNP first introduced to this bill? When did you guys first hear about it? And when was the first consultation with the government, if there was one?
Okay, so we were first notified maybe about sometime in July, I think it was.
Okay.
Maybe June. I may be mixing up some dates, but it was recent.
Okay.
So we were presented the bill, and we were asked to go look over it and get back with any revisions,
Changes,
suggestions, recommendations that we may have. Minister Mario, along with members from the NJC and ministry officials were there. Respectfully, we received it, we reviewed it, and we sent some recommendations back to them. Since then, we've met, in between. Unfortunately, a lot of things leaked in our country, right? So things that were supposed to be directly sent to the ministry and other high-ranking officials leaked into the public sector, and it caused an uproar. So we've met since then, we've had discussions, and the minister in his wisdom allowed us more time to review the bill. He felt as though that we needed more time. We agreed. We had no issue with that. And so we are actively still reviewing the bill as a body. Groups are reviewing them. We have given our groups actually this week to bring us back their recommendations so that we can sit down all together and go through it once again.
Process sounds very amicable, but obviously it's not, because something or somewhere along the way, something went wrong.
Well, here's what went wrong. So we were presented with a bill about Junkanoo, a Junkanoo authority. In looking at this bill, first of all, we're trying to figure out, why didn't we know about this bill? Our problem is that we were not consulted in the initial phase. As the governing body for the premier Junkanoo in the country, and that of in the providence of Boxing Day and New Year's Day Parade, we felt we should have been consulted. If you're going to draft a bill about Junkanoo, you should include all stakeholders.
At the beginning,
not at the
right.
end.
Okay.
You know, I kind of, and when we read through it, one of the major issues we had, and again, I want to say to the people, we're not against it, we're not for it. We just have a stance on it.
Okay.
And our stance is that we want inclusion, we wanted consultation, we just wanted to be a part of the process. From page 1, we are the JCNP is defined in the past tense. The body that governed and managed the parades before the enactment of this bill.
Do you think it was intentional or just
It's a draft.
wording?
I don't want to say it's intentional.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a draft bill. It's in black and white.
Okay.
It's typed. It was discussed. It was typed. It was retyped and presented.
Okay.
So it's official. Now, it is a draft. And with any draft, after you review it, you can make changes. This is where our recommendations come in.
Right.
And so this is what we have done, and this is what we are continuing to do.
Were you able to present those recommendations to?
Well, we presented it we sent it in ahead via email, which, a lot of it got leaked.
Was there a response?
There was a response, and we had a meeting, as I said, and that resulted in us being presented with more time. I'm sure everybody's seen the stories everywhere, all over the news, in the papers, but I also want to say that this is not a fight against the government. We don't want the government to think that we are fighting them, right? We are simply fighting for the autonomy of Junkanoo and the Junkanoo people, the leaders, the participants, those that have been there for many years, that have taken this parade from A to X, and X being a world-class top festival, arguably the best festival in the world.
But that's what the government has said that they're trying to do. They want to monetize it. They want to turn it into, I guess, week-long, month-long festival.
All of a sudden, why couldn't this have been done before? Why can't it be done now? Why can't it be done in the future? Why can't all of this happen through the JCNP?
Do you think that they're rushing it ahead of the election? Do you think that there's a reason?
I can't speak to the reasoning that they're doing it. We've had our beliefs as to why this is happening, and we feel as though it stems from the riff of one of our organizations.
Okay.
And that's
where it started?
Yeah, we think that's where it started, right? Because a lot of it boils down to our rules and regulations for the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Parade. And I want the people to know, we have nothing to do with the Family Island parades.
Right.
Absolutely nothing.
JCNP.
That falls on the NJC.
Okay.
Right? The JCNP is responsible for the Boxing Day and New Year's Day Parade here in New Providence. We govern and manage that.
Well, some would argue that it's more than just the parade, because if you're able to say now, ain't nobody rushing until we figure out what's going on, and one of the, I guess, repercussions of that, or the follow-up for that, was, Emancipation Day, Fox Hill Day, nobody rushed. So you can argue that it's more than just Boxing Day and New Year's parade.
Well, we took a stance, right? And we took that stance because we wanted to review. We wanted to know exactly what was happening with this bill.
Okay.
Again, you're presented with a 30-page bill, an authority that essentially takes over all actions of Junkanoo and Junkanoo parades. I want persons to understand that there's a difference between Junkanoo and Junkanoo parade.
Okay, you're going to have to explain that to the average person.
So Junkanoo, anyone can do Junkanoo. We could have Junkanoo in here right now. You go Junkanoo, you have Junkanoo at your wedding. You have Junkanoo at an event, a birthday, whatever it is. A Junkanoo parade is what Boxing Day is and what New Year's Day is, or the parades in Grand Bahama, parades in the Family Islands, right? We control the Junkanoo parade, right?
The rules, the regulations that govern the parade.
Right, we govern that and our participation. No one forces us to go out there. No one pays us to be out there. We are voluntary. We do this for the love. And if we decide that we don't want to participate in something, we don't have to. We're not forced. We're not employees. We're not, you know what I mean? We're doing this for love. We're doing this for culture.
But some might argue if you're doing it for love and you're doing it for culture, why stop the parades from happening? Why stop showcasing that culture and the love of that culture for us to see?
Now, understand, we never said that we're going to stop the Boxing Day and New Year's Day parades.
Okay.
We're preparing for those, right? Even though we're at a stance right now, on a pause, we're preparing for those parades. We're not going to do that. I think we love it too much, right? To a fault.
A lot of money has been spent too up to this point.
A lot of our money has been spent. Yes.
Personal money. We're gonna get to that too. But
yes. A lot of money has been spent. But we love it. But we are not gonna allow persons or an authority to take over and eliminate us. We've been doing this for 20 plus years. We have been governing these parades for 20 plus years. We've been organizing the parades. We've been dealing with registering the groups, ensuring everybody has their costume numbers, ensuring breakfast is there, ensuring the roads. I mean, we've been doing a lot. Government does provide the bleachers, the sale. We sell the tickets. The sales from the tickets go towards the prize money for the groups. Okay. Nothing necessarily comes back to the JCNP.
The fun, the love of it.
You know, exactly.
I guess.
So we're paying the trainers who train the judges, who are also paid by us. The judges are paid. The parade management team is paid by us. All of these things are done by the JCNP.
So what would you say to those who said, okay, well, then this bill could eliminate you having to do all of that work and you could just focus now on the love of the parade without having to deal with all the mechanics behind it?
So if we do that, and which the bill says that it would do, it would have the rules committee, the parade management team, all of these things what we already do. So if we're doing this for free and for love, and the authority is established and they're doing it to be paid, then at that point we are only mere performers. So we deserve to be paid as well.
Might as well. If they're going to pay them,
if they're going to pay them, you might as well pay us.
I agree. They're playing the music, so we're going to take a break, but we still have a lot more of this conversation. Stay tuned. We'll be back right after this.
Comfort Suites Paradise Island is the best kept secret in the Bahamas. Located directly next door to the Atlantis Resort, you'll receive all the privileges of an Atlantis guest with all the benefits of a Comfort Suite stay. Enjoy everything Atlantis has to offer, including Aquaventure Water Park, plus all the amenities of Comfort Suites. Free Wi-Fi, free breakfast daily, and kids stay, play, and eat free. Visit ComfortSuitesPI.com.
Cancer Treatment Centers of America is now City of Hope, creating one of the leading cancer care and research networks from coast to coast, providing more of what you need. More locations means more care closer to home. More specialists means more expertise. More research means more breakthroughs. More advancements means more treatment options. And more options means more hope. Call now to get more of the care you need.
Hey guys, the IL Cares Foundation invites you to our Back to School giveaway on August 23rd at the University of the Bahamas, Poinciana Drive entrance. Join us for a day of free school supplies, food, and fun as we help prepare students for a successful school year. We are also going to be on the Family Islands on August 23rd from 12 p.m. to 3 p.m. All are welcome, so come on down and support the community with IL Cares.
you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
Welcome back. If you're just joining us, I'm speaking with John Williams, who's the Public Relations Manager for the JCNP. And if you, like I said, if you're just joining us, I think we left off talking about the...
Junkanoo.
Well, I mean, yeah, Junkanoo, but the consultation process, or
Yes.
I guess the lack of consultation
Yes.
that the JCNP feels like the government did or did not do. So I don't know if you're able to say, but I'm going to ask anyway. What were some of the recommendations that the JCNP made to the government?
Again, our focus is simply inclusion,
Okay.
right? So we would like to be a part of the bill. We want to be included. We want to be, number one, consulted, as we were not, and we're now being consulted, but we want to be a part of it. You can't eliminate us, and that's what we feel is happening or would happen. As I said, from page 1 in the definitions, we're defined in the past tense. Every committee that's on there, Rules Committee, Parade Management Committee, Sponsorship, Ticketing, all of that are committees that we have. It's almost like the bill mirrors what we do here in New Providence. So again,
Without you guys.
Without us. So, and then some of the language in the bill states that the persons on those committees will be responsible for rules and developing for the parades. And which parades? So, I mean, what is our job now?
So you feel as though with the elimination would mean that the government would then have, or the ministry, the governing body, whatever
Yes.
it is, would then have more of control
Of course.
of the parade and the
Over
rules
absolutely-
of the parade.
Over absolutely everything. That would make us null and void. We wouldn't, I don't know what we would be at that point, you know?
Okay.
Because if we develop rules every year, right? We go through them every year to see what went well, what may need to change, what we want to adjust. We ratify them and we go with those, right? We vote and we agree. Everything is done by vote, for the record. There's no one man making any decisions, right? We have a full democracy in the JCNP. If we ratify those rules and the authority comes into play and they have rules, whose rules are the Junkanooists to follow?
Well, you already said they already had y'all in past tense, so that means that they ain't gonna be y'all
okay.
at all, right?
At all. So we wouldn't serve a purpose, really.
So currently, for those who don't know, who is the JCNP made up of, the body of people?
So the JCNP is made up of Junkanooers, right?
Okay.
Every group, every division, A, B, D, and even fun. Groups register with us to be members. They pay a fee, depending on what have transpired previous years and previous parades. Actually, they would have full rights or maybe be considered observer status, right? That's a little deep into
I know. I
JCNP
think we found out about all of that during this whole valley, non-valley, name, no name.
Right.
You could rush, you can't rush, you could rush, but you can't put. I never knew that it was so much, like it was so complicated with Junkanoo.
It's a lot, but it's made up of the people, right? The Junkanooers make up the JCNP. There's no government, no private. It's persons who are either 100% active and rushing on the parade or have been. So our chairman is Dion Miller. He's a Saxon. I'm PR. I'm world famous Valley Boys. Deputy chairman is Nathan Taylor. He's Genesis. So we're mixed. There's no one group dominating. And as I said, everything is a democracy. So if we want to decide that for Boxing Day, everybody must wear blue for the first lap, we vote on it. And if I don't want it, I vote against it. But if there are more persons that vote for it, I have to suffer that. That's what we go with. That's just how a democracy is.
And the belief is that it wouldn't be a democracy anymore. Now that the government will have a hand in it, it'll be whatever they say goes for those parades.
For the authority. Because essentially, what the ministry is doing is removing itself from Junkanoo and empowering the authority to make the decisions for Junkanoo and Junkanoo parades.
The authority will be paid to do exactly what y'all do now.
Correct.
So why not
in New Providence? Now, again, as I said, we have no carriage over the Family Islands.
Right.
That is the NJC. Now, the Family Islands have not been happy or need more or whatever, then that is something that they must deal with the NJC. The JCNP is responsible for New Providence, Boxing Day, and New Year's.
See, now I'm the average Bahamian person. I love to sit. I love to watch Junkanoo. I love the music. I love to dance. Of course, I have my own group that I love and I support.
Which group is that?
Sorry, it ain't you.
Wow.
But, you know, I'm like the average person, right? And so, you know, I don't like to really get into Junkanoo conversations because I feel like they start off so nice and friendly, and then there's always, well, you don't know anything because you don't be in the shack. Or you don't know because you don't know how much money we put into it and the blood, sweat, and tears, which I completely understand. But kind of just explain to like the me why the JCNP, not just the JCNP, why Junkanooers are so passionate about something that they essentially are not getting paid for and are pumping money into.
It's almost like a sport, right? Culture. Culture is a serious thing, right? Culture is inside you. It's embedded in you, and then you mix the culture with love. Like those are two strong things in life and in society. And Junkanoo encompasses all of that. I'm not even going to speak about the competitive part of it.
No, the competitive part is...
I'm not even going to speak about that because that is a given. That is what drives us. I mean, we have 2 competitive parades, Boxing Day and New Year's. And I guarantee you, every time anyone lines up to perform, it is a competition.
Of course it is.
Labor Day, there's a competition unofficially. Independence Day, Fox Hill Day, whatever it is, it's always a competition.
And that's good, though. It drives you to be better.
It drives us to be better. Now, the passion is something that's serious because you're in the shack for months at a time. You're sacrificing family time, work time, regular life. Your relationship suffers. Your car might suffer. Your house, your bills may suffer.
If you have that money, it's going to your costume.
Yes.
BPL gotta wait.
There are so many people that are sacrificing so many things for the love of Junkanoo to help their group win. I mean, the majority of persons are doing these things and they're not even eligible for individual prizes. All of this is for group. And that is passion, that is love, that is dedication. And we've been doing it for years upon years upon years. People call us crazy.
I had a coworker, I didn't know how serious it was until I started working with him. And it was like, I don't take vacation. My vacation, my 3 weeks is dedicated to time in the shack.
Yes.
My wife don't see me. My kids don't see me.
Yes.
And that's when I was like, this is a big sacrifice that people make every year.
And even outside of the parades, the JCNP, once the parade is over, our break is short. We're right back at meetings, deciding rules, going over what went well, what went bad, dealing with the registration process for groups again, new groups who want to come.
It's ongoing.
There's a meeting Monday, there's a meeting Tuesday, there's a general meeting Wednesday. If there's a pop-up, there may be a meeting Friday. Dion is calling us on Saturday. It is non-stop. And it is for the love and for the passion. And because we are Junkanoo. You're it, I'm it, they're it. It is us. And that's why we feel as though we should control it.
What's the average amount that individually and groups spend to participate in those 2 parades? Let's just say the 2, not even the other ones during the year, just those 2.
A dancer, a small dancer, can spend anywhere from about $1,500 to about $3,000.
Per parade or for both parades?
Per costume, all right? An off-the-shoulder may spend between $25,000 and about $5,000. I have step-down persons that are spending between $5,000 and maybe about $12,000. And these are the individuals, right? Now, you have all your drummers, you have your choreographed sections. They're spending thousands of dollars as well. That's not your lead costume, which can be $30,000 to $50,000 maybe. So groups are spending between $250,000 to $500,000 per parade, right, to get to Bay Street. And this is why we feel so passionate, right? Because when a drizzle happens or there's a threat, 35%, 25% chance of rain.
Cancel.
We gotta. Because people believe as though, we shouldn't cancel, oh, it didn't rain. But we have to get to Bay Street. Getting to Bay Street is an 8 to 12 hour process. It's an 8 to 12 hour process. I gotta load up, I gotta drive slow, I gotta reach, I gotta offload, I gotta set up, I gotta protect, I have to do all of that. It's a very long process. I think we really need a behind the scenes kind of look from start to finish.
So people can understand. I don't think people really who are not involved in it don't really understand what it takes to do that.
Yes.
And I guess that's why you guys are so passionate. It's your baby. It's like, that's my baby.
Exactly.
And now y'all trying to steal my baby.
And 20 years ago, they offered it to the to us to establish a JCNP because they want to eliminate themselves from this, because it was causing an issue, right, with results and interference and stuff like that. So they saw it fit that we would run our own parades, which we have been doing for 21 years this year.
And now changes.
And now you want to change without involving us.
So are you opposed to the festival idea? I think that was one that people were saying they actually could really get into.
We're not opposed to it. No, of course not. We are for anything that will empower Junkanoo, empower ourselves, empower the culture, empower the country. We just want to be involved.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like let's think about it like this, right? If you take a relationship, we're dating, and you decide that you want to date someone else, you want to break up with me, but you don't tell me. You tell Tom, you tell Mary, you tell Kate, so you tell the Ministry of Tourism, you tell Environmental Health, you tell the Ministry of Youth, Sports and Culture, you tell everybody, but you don't tell me. And you're in a relationship with me.
But they're telling a different story. They're saying that we want to, that's why we had the public consultation. That's why
we're 2 years later.
Okay. You should have been there from the
members
beginning.
of the NJC said on a different show that they've been at this for about 2 years. Now, mind you, the idea of a commission or authority has been around from the 90s, right? It's always been around on the table and stuff like that. But they've been actively kind of pushing it for the last 2 years. At no point was the JCNP involved. And the JCNP governs the premier Junkanoo event. We are the big ticket.
Reading some of the comments during the break, it seemed as though...
Oh, boy.
No, it's not terrible. It's not terrible, I promise. It seems as though there are a lot of people that are opposed to it. Basically, a lot of the comments that I'm reading is the government handling aspect. They don't want the government to have their hand in anything because they feel like anything the government touches is going to turn into dust, or it's going to become political, or decisions won't be, like you said, the group now is made up of members of each of the Junkanoo groups.
Yes.
Is that a fair? Like, it's just... Even if you guys are involved, even if they say it, the fact that there's also going to be other people involved that won't be Junkanooers, is that a fear that it will turn into something political?
So here's the thing. The JCNP is not interested in the Family Islands.
Okay.
We're not interested in all of the other aspects of the bill, right? Go ahead. Allow us to run our parades as we have been doing. Whatever funding you were going to give that committee for New Providence, whatever funding you were going to give executive for New Providence, work it through the JCNP. We've been doing it for 21 years.
Does the government fund it now?
The government doesn't fund the JCNP directly. Okay. As I said, the government pays for the bleachers. Again, those tickets, we sell the ticket sales go towards prize money.
So the prize money doesn't come from government?
It comes from the ticket sales.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So the government also takes care of security, which is the police.
Okay.
They organize cleanup of the parade as well. So they handle those things. We handle everything else.
Do you think more money could be pumped into it?
Obviously.
Definitely. Is there a price that the JCNP thinks could, alleviate some of the financial pressures that we just talked about.
Of course. There's a price for everything.
What's
As
the
a matter
price?
of fact, a part of our recommendation back to the ministry, we gave them a figure that
You gonna
I
tell me?
believe. No, I'm
No,
not going to
you're
tell you the
gonna tell
figure.
me
I'm
the
sure
figure.
persons know though, but we gave them a figure, and that was broken down. That was broken down per group,
Okay.
every division. So we just want to be treated fairly. We want to be a part of the process because Junkanoo is all of us. And it's bad that this would happen without us. Now, I think they're trying to correct that, most definitely.
And you're going to give them an opportunity
Yeah,
to?
of course. I almost...
I heard it. I think we all heard it. But we're going to take a break. We'll be back right after this and we'll wrap up our Junkanoo conversation.
After I was in a plane crash in June 1983, I lost my left arm. I had some good friends came along, fishing guides. They said, man, we can teach you to fly fish. Exumo. Can you see? Look at it, man. One of the nicest places you want to be in the world. There were challenges learning to cast, learning to put a fly on a leader, learning to tie the different knots for me as a handicapped individual. As a matter of fact, I don't really feel handicapped because I could do everything, man. Anything anybody could do, I think I could do it too. Because with your mindset to do anything, no matter what you are, what you look like, what's happening to you, you can do it. Persons in our positions, it's hard to get fundings and very, very expensive. SBDC would be helpful in regards to help funding people with disabilities. So nothing is impossible if you're disabled, any kind of disability. Put faith in God and trust God. Believe you will overcome.
Edenwell has expanded their testing menu. We now offer blood work, drug screening, and so much more. Our hours of operation are Monday to Friday, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m., located on 11 Madera Street. We are here for all of your laboratory needs, with fast and reliable lab work done by our friendly and knowledgeable staff. Let us help you take the needed steps to stay in the know about your health. Let's keep working towards a healthier you. Stay Eden well.
Tired of driving around from place to place just to get your car insured and licensed? Frustrated with the process of being back and forth from your insurance company to road traffic? Well, BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers just made insuring and licensing your motor vehicle as easy as 1, 2, 3. Step 1. Visit us at the Road Traffic Department, Section 1, Thomas A. Robinson Sports Stadium. At our office, you can purchase or renew your insurance or get your vehicle inspected. We at BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers represent major carriers. Step 2. See the professionals at Road Traffic to get your vehicle licensed. Step 3. Enjoy your day. Insure with BMG Insurance Agents and Brokers today, saving you time and money. Your one-stop shop for all of your insurance needs. Great rates, convenient, excellent service. For more information, call us at 322-2221.
So you want a space. But not just any space. You need something with a little more potential. So how about 1,000 square feet of room to play with? Superb audio and video production capability, digital LED wall, full lighting grid, and about 124 seats to accommodate a full studio audience with so many other features. Make us your home for your next concert, conference, and so much more. Honestly, the possibilities are endless. Here at ILTV Studios, we'd love to bring your next event to life. So what do you say? Do you want our space?
If you enjoy watching Beyond the Headlines, take advantage of our exclusive offers with 4 15-minute interview segments at $1,200 and 20 30-second TV ads at $2,000. Contact 557-0258 or 557-0259 for more information. Go beyond with Beyond the Headlines.
This segment is brought to you by EV Motors Fleet Sales Division. For 2026 commercial vehicles, call 821-2403 today.
That's a different argument if you're just joining us. We are talking everything Junkanoo. And of course, we're talking with John Williams, who is the public relations manager for the JCNP. Where did we leave off? Because we continued the conversation during the break. So now I think we got to roll back. But I do got to, I wouldn't be me if I didn't go back and be like, you didn't really answer my question, though. How much does it really cost? Just for the average person, we just want to know, in total, when these groups are preparing to go and rush for those two parades, how much do you think it costs? How much is spent?
So let me preface my statement with saying that we have, for the last 21 years, had a very wonderful relationship with the government. Okay. I need to make sure that I say that because, again, I don't want persons to feel like we are attacking the government, we are against them in any way.
I didn't get that.
I just want to make sure, we have a wonderful relationship with them. We have had a gentleman's agreement for all this time, and we're working on some more concrete agreements, but it's been okay, right? Now, with that said, the government invests about $1.2 million into the parade, right?
That's with giving money, or that's with the security and the
security,
bleachers? Okay.
the bleachers.
That's not actual money.
Seed funding.
Okay.
Right.
So there is some money.
Those kinds of things, right?
Okay, 1.2.
Let me give you an idea of what the parade would cost, right?
Okay.
And it can vary based on the groups. It could maybe go down or maybe even go up. Mm-hmm. The figure is about $45 million.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
In the total 20 years? In the...
$4.5 million per annum.
I don't have...
Per annum. I remember now. I just explained to you that an A group can average for one parade maybe about 500,000, possibly more, because those estimates were based off one lead costume, one this, one that.
Boy.
Junkanoo is expensive.
I see why you're mad.
Many years ago, man, I can't remember the name, but there was a study done on Junkanoo. And the figure was developed with regards to the cost of it for a parade. And I think it was around maybe about 15 to 20 million around there, right?
Okay.
That was about 15, 20 years ago.
And of course, we know the cost of living.
The cost of living
everything's already gone up. Yeah.
Drastically increased. So that has been broken down, and that was even presented to the ministry, And
y'all doing this for love. This is just...
It's for love.
This money for love.
But we know our value.
Wow.
We know our value. And I also want to say publicly that even when we're doing these shows for weddings and hotels and stuff like that, I don't even think that is enough. That per man price, that person's pay for the greatest show on earth should be increased. That $75, $80, $100 a man should be increased. We're spending, for Boxing Day and New Year's Day parade, we're spending thousands of dollars. And the highest ticket to watch us is $45.
And we buy them tickets out like that.
And they sell out.
I'm just saying they sell out.
Yeah. So.
But do you think the public will be upset though if you raise the tickets for Junkanoo?
I don't think so, because the public is never upset buying tickets for a reggae concert or a rap concert or some theme party or anything, a carnival party or anything like that. This is your culture. Mm-hmm. We make our culture. You're only investing in yourselves. So if we're going to spend $250 for a backstage ticket or $150 for VIP access to stand in front of a stage to listen to someone sing the songs you already know, you can invest more to watch your culture.
Yeah.
Something that you love and scream. You know how long Junkanoo is? We are out there from the day before to the next day. Like you're sitting out there for hours. Mm-hmm.
But it's worth it though. When you see your favorite group and you hear the music and you see the costume and you see the dancers, you get bored in between the little breaks and stuff, and you just be like, Jesus, why out here again?
And we're working on that as well.
Then when you hear the music, you're like, oh, I remember why. Like all of the time, the wait, everything kind of like goes away when you see.
And isn't it amazing to see?
The Saxons.
Isn't it amazing?
I had to put that in there. Mm-hmm.
Isn't it amazing to see a flat sheet of cardboard turn into a bird?
The things that y'all, we ain't talking about the bird, but the things that y'all do.
You see what I did there?
I see what you tried to do. But the things that y'all do with paper is amazing.
And you know what Junkanoo does? Junkanoo levels the societal playing field. So in regular society, you have the hierarchy. You have the doctors, the lawyers, the judges, and then you have lower society. Junkanoo depends a lot of times on that lower society.
Yeah.
The
creatives.
The creatives.
Yeah, and I'm not creative.
The
I'm so sorry. I wish I was.
Someone that you may walk past and not even look at or wonder like why you just don't go. That person is probably one of the most skilled persons in this country. They're turning paper and cardboard
into magic,
into figures.
Things that make you feel good.
Yeah, and it's amazing.
It really is. And every year you see it, it gets more and more amazing. So, I mean, I guess I can understand why, you know, you feel so slighted not to be included in a process and something that that's engraved in your DNA.
And I want persons to understand that there is no organization, no government, no JCNP, no NJC that can repay the sacrifices that the participants put in. The sacrifice of time and money and losses. No organization can replace that. And that is the sacrifice of participation.
So that means we back on, we ain't suspended no more. Junkanoo is happening. We're going to have a time. We're going to have a dandy New Year's.
I would say that Boxing Day and New Year's Day are happening. I don't want you to think that those 4-time... I can't believe I said it.
You know, I just want to make sure we're going to have a dandy.
I don't want you to think...
make sure I can, you know.
I don't want you to think that the 4-time champions are not working. The world famous Valley Boys are working. The Warriors are working.
Okay, you doing a lot now. We was getting along so well. See, this is why I didn't want to tell you. This is why I didn't want to tell you, because I feel like you was gonna try and throw some jobs. But
they're working.
In all seriousness,
they're working.
People working.
They're
okay,
working.
so we can look forward to that.
We're working. We are together. Okay. I know the consensus sometimes and the misconceptions of Junkanooers is that we are not together. All we want to do is row and.
Boy, and who cheat and the numbers don't add up and
we are together. We are together on everything that we're doing. Of course, like every organization, it's not going to be 100%.
You know what it's like when your parents say y'all fight in this house, but when you come out here, y'all got to be together.
Yeah.
So y'all could fight all y'all want with each other, but there's always one issue that gonna unify you, and it seems like y'all unified on this.
We are definitely unified, and again, as I said, everything is a democracy.
Yeah.
Our last vote was 17-1, and that person abstained simply because their chairman was not present. So we are together, and together, anything that's together is a force.
And so the consultation, I think you said it was supposed to be on the 30th. Is that
still on?
There's
supposed to be a meeting on the 30th, yes. With the ministry, I'm not sure who else will be in attendance, and we're definitely open to that. We were given more time to prepare. We are definitely using that time to prepare because we know that once we go with our recommendations, once we have this conversation, we want it to be insightful, we want it to be meaningful, and we want it to represent what it is that the JCNP wants. And it's not what the board of the JCNP wants. It's not what the executive wants, It's what the member groups want. So we sit down, we literally read the bill, we went through the bill, we sent the bill out. We're going through it. We're asking them to give their recommendations back. We're going to sit down with the whole body, and we're going to go line for line. What do you want? What do we want to see? What may need to change?
You just don't want it rushed. It's something that needs to take time. And there's a lot of Junkanooers, and you want to be able to explain to everyone what is going on and what's going to happen. Yes. All right. Anything you want to add before I let you go? Anything this upcoming parades, then, since they're back on, that you could, tell me?
Well, the parades were never off.
Okay.
We were just on a pause. All right. We were just on a pause. So practices and all that should resume soon. And as I said, Boxing Day in the US will be as planned, right? But I'd be remiss if I don't thank all of our sponsors, Click, Alive, Bahamas Striping.
Okay.
Without them, a lot of things would not happen. So it's important to know that we thank our sponsors, right? And of course, my PR team, Special K and Taj. And I gotta send a shout out. You did yours.
Yeah, do your shout out, child.
I gotta shout out the world famous Valley Boys.
Of course.
The world famous Valley Boys.
Technically, I didn't do a shout out. I just,
Yay.
But, all right.
I know they like that one. But I must shout out the executives of the JCNP and all our member groups for being strong and showing that Junkanoo is more than just us arguing over who has won.
It's fun.
We want it to be fun.
I think we want to get back to it being fun.
Yeah, that's what we want to get back to.
You know, I remember like Junkanoo goes back like it's like when you were kids, and we all used to dress alike in our sweats and go out to Junkanoo. But it's hot now; you can't even put on sweats no more to go to Junkanoo.
You may pass out.
Yeah, like it's hot now. But anyway, anything else you'd like to say? Anything you want the government to know? Anything you want Junkanooers to know? You know, I'm going to give you the last word.
We want the government to know that we are not against them, despite any hearsay that they may hear. We want to continue our relationship. It's only a matter of having the conversation, being included, and being a part of the drafting process and the decision making. Mm-hmm. We've been doing it for 21 years. We want the government to trust us. Trust us.
You just want to be a part of it.
Or ask us, you know, hey guys, do you think you should do this? We want to implement this. What do you guys think about that? We need you to be a part. We've been doing it for 21 years. Has it been 100% successful? No. But no organization is 100% successful. Mm-hmm. No organization, when voting, is 100%. I mean, there's always an opposition, right? We want Junkanooers to know that Junkanoo is going to be Junkanoo. Junkanoo is us. It's me, it's you, it's everyone. It's going to happen. It's going to be bigger and better, and we're doing all of this for everyone. It's not for the JCNP, it's for every member, every leader, every participant, every choreograph girl, brass member, dancer.
And all the Sannies out there.
And the Sannies. and of course, the fans.
Yeah,
we want to make the parade better for you.
All right. Well, thanks so much for joining us and clearing everything up. It was an enlightening conversation. I learned a lot of stuff that I obviously did not know. But
great.
It's time for us to get on out of here. I was gonna be petty.
Don't be petty. Follow us on Facebook.
I was gonna
My
be petty.
JCNP. All right, follow us on Facebook.
I just
My
wanted
JCNP.
to shout out to the Saxons before I go. I just had to do it. But that does it for our show. We'll be back tomorrow. I'm Francesca Brown. You guys have a good night.
Thank you.